Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It's time to talk about some music.
Yeah, all kinds of great shows coming to town. Of course, I think it's kind of the main touring season right now. And if I'm wrong, our next guest will correct me on my stupidity.
Hello.
David Hawks,
hello.
Live entertainment director of the Delphi Group. Is this like sort of a busier time of year for music and stuff and touring?
Yeah, well, it's really crazy because in the club stuff, all the sort of the fall and the early spring is really packed, and then everybody goes on the big, huge festival circuit.
Right.
And so there's more festivals outdoor. Venues obviously open up, so there's more venues to play.
And we asked George Strombolopoulos his guilty pleasure, which was Coldplay. What is your guilty pleasure music, David Hawks?
Petula Clark.
Oh, that's not that bad.
No.
It's got to be something more embarrassing than that.
No, guilty pleasure. Wow, guilty pleasure.
Something that you won't crank if you know other people are listening.
Maybe Tammy Wynette.
All right.
That's not a bad one.
That's not bad
I kind of like that. I mean,
Dolly?
Even, you know, you're talking to a guy who's good with music when
he
you
doesn't
get
have bad
Coldplay
music?
and Tammy Wynette and like your bad music is pretty good.
His is Kelly Clarkson.
Oh,
yours is
that's
Backstreet
okay.
Boys.
Wow, Backstreet Boys? Really?
I have no shame, though. I'll crank it. I don't care.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess
don't care.
someone's got to listen to it.
Okay, let's talk about great shows that are coming to town. The first one you want to talk about, The Head and the Heart.
Yeah, well, this is the new big band from Sub Pop, and basically Sub Pop was Nirvana, Mudhoney, and all that stuff. So these guys are really massive right now. They're kind of on the folk tinge of things, but they're playing 2,500 seaters in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, so this is a great opportunity to see them in a...
They're just coming into Vancouver, playing the venue, and May 26th, and the reason they're playing it is because they have a new record, and they just want people to go out and know the record's there. So this is a complete underplay. We put it on sale. We're like, oh my God, 13 tickets the first day, and then all of a sudden it just went blowing up. So
probably the last time people will get a chance to see them in a small spot.
I think so, until they crash and burn in 10 years. No,
right.
I don't know.
It's different.
Then it'll be in the River Rocks.
David brought a whole bunch of tickets to give away. You can email urbanrush@shaw.ca. Tell us how many O's are in Strombolopoulos, and we will give you a pair of tickets. I don't even know
47.
that. Yeah, 47 is right.
That's whatever.
Okay, let's talk about a show that's happening at the Vancouver Convention Centre, where I didn't know they did concert, but David Guetta is coming here.
Yeah, David Guetta. He's currently ranked number 5 in the world as DJs on the DJ list, but he's really probably the number 1 house DJ.
Yeah.
And dance people know what I'm talking about. Electronic music fans know what I mean. And it's going to be just a huge party. They really dress up their room. A really great light show. Very good sound. Basically, if you want to party like these people here on the
party like it's 1996.
It's crazy, and but it's really fun because he's very approachable music. He's done a lot of remixes for Black Eyed Peas and things like that. So it's not like you're getting pounded by some obscure beat. You'll recognize music and you'll have fun. He plays remixes, and the good thing about him is he's a party rock DJ, which means he just parties. He doesn't care. He has nothing to prove. He's got so many people seeing him.
So he puts on a good show.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just fun.
He does a great podcast as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That are interested. Yeah.
So I highly recommend that because that's going to be the dance party.
Well, and you know, for people that are trying to wrap their head around the idea of the convention center, I think it's going to be pretty special.
It's a beautiful place if you've been in there, but even to
looking out over the water in the background. And everything.
Yeah, it's good.
Great.
Okay, let's talk about the Jazz Fest because it is a jazzy time of year.
It is jazzy. You know what? It's really great. Venue's become a jazz festival venue this year in the Vogue as well, and so there's an amazing amount of artists coming through. One of them we've got, first of all, Jagged Jaggist. If you want to talk about one of the best bands, I would probably say these guys are kind of like Steely Dan meets Tortoise.
Really?
They're from Norway. I know that sounds very strange, but they got this sort of crazy pop sensibility, but they're also trippy. And so that's really a really good one as well.
And the Jazz Fest continues to put in people that are just, you know, they appeal to all kinds of different music lovers and markets.
The guy, Alex Grigg, who's the director of and helping book it, he used to work for years ago in an agency in town, and he's very progressive in his idea of what jazz is, which basically means the ability to be free flow with musicians. So it doesn't necessarily mean a traditional Ella Fitzgerald thing. It can mean somebody tripping out with electronics and guitars.
You got to know your instrument. That's about it.
Yeah,
you know,
but be progressive, you know, sort of go forward. Mark Brassard, the next guy, he's more traditionalist. He's a guitar player. He plays a lot of keyboards and stuff like that, more of a southern sort of, I guess, I don't even know what to really call it, a southern Tex-Mex jazz. Does that make any sense?
But that's what's great about the Jazz Fest is that some of these acts, you can't really classify them, and that's great.
Yeah, the Jazz Festival is very important. It's very huge. It's actually a world-famous jazz festival. We don't get enough recognition locally. It's typically Vancouver.
That's Vancouver,
you know,
yeah,
but everywhere else knows about it. So, and they're coming here. And then
a few others you want to talk about. Twin Shadow.
Twin Shadow, very electronic based, sort of like you'd like it because it's kind of the vocals are like Morrissey and Echo and the Bunnymen, but there's electronics involved and stuff. So you're kind of watching this sort of maybe like a trippier kind of beats and things going on, but there's these crazy vocals that kind of remind you of the early '80s vibe.
Cool.
But it's it's very fun too. But it's real songs. He's a very good songwriter. He has real great songs.
Nice.
And then we have Swiss-born, France-based, Paris, France-based Eric Truffaz. He's like Eno with Miles Davis. It's trippy beats once again, but he's a great trumpet player as well. And a lot of the nice thing about what he does is he actually interacts more. He's really known for interacting with the crowd a lot, and he really just gets he really works it. He doesn't just go up and do the set.
Yeah.
He gets up there and he interacts and he changes it around and stuff, and he's very progressive.
And Blue King Brown?
Well, they could almost be in the folk festival because they're more reggae, Afrobeat kind of band. And but I think if you want to have a real summer vibe kind of show and you want to go check them out, they're from Australia, so the Australians will be out. Whistler will be empty. But that would be a really great one
it's
if
like
you're
Australia Day.
Australia, mate. Bundy and orange juice or whatever they drink. And so that's a good one. And then Fonda Tigers as well. They're basically very crazy jazz rock musicians. There's 7 of them from the Vancouver area. Quite interesting band. They're very experimental. I think if you're going to see one on the outside of what, you know, as trippy as you can get with jazz, I think these guys are quite excellent. And then Colin is amazing. Colin Stetson. He's a bass saxophone player. He's played with Tom Waits and David Byrne. And if you like Ozomatli and all that, I think you'd really like that.
Now we've got to get to the next stuff. What is happening at the Vogue?
Well, the Vogue has the Lost Fingers. The Lost Fingers are 3 musicians who basically play guitar. They're named the Lost Fingers because they're named for Django Reinhardt, who is a famous jazz guitar player who lost some fingers. It's kind of a strange name, but basically they play cover tunes, everything from Stevie Wonder to AC/DC and Metallica. And they're amazing. There's been other bands like that around, but these guys are really great flamenco guitarists.
Now, we wanted to jump ahead what's coming up at the Commodore as well, because they have some great shows, including Lauryn Hill, which is happening May the 24th.
Well, as we all know, Lauryn Hill kind of went off the rails there for a while.
Became a little
and if you're expecting the show to start at a certain time, you might have to be a little flexible around that. She's not always on point when it comes to time.
I think the good thing about Lauryn Hill is that she's back, and I think she's a great songwriter.
She's an extraordinary talent.
So hopefully she's keeping it together and her camp's keeping it together, but she's sold out 2 shows now, I think.
Yeah, they added a second,
so,
my all-time favorite Canadian band, Sloan. Come there as well.
20 years.
I love these guys.
20 years they've been rocking the hits and they look the same.
I know.
And if you're going to want to have some fun with a band this summer and sing along to more songs than you know because of Canadian radio, Sloan or 5440 might be the top 2.
Absolutely.
These guys are awesome. Thanks, David.
Very cool. So much more going on. Thanks so much, David. Thanks for the giveaway once again.
People get out there.
Get out there. See some music. Email us at urbanrush@shaw.ca and tell us how many O's are in Strophmalopolis, and we will, I almost didn't say it right, to the head and the heart. We'll give you a pair of tickets.
Very nice. We're going to take a break. When we come back, apparently the Canucks are in action starting on Sunday or something.
They're going to win.
They are.
The playoffs. Yeah, they are.